Hello, it's feeding time for the worms. Hello, my name is Martine and my daughter Vera is filming today. Alright, I've got 4 worm farms as you can see. I'm a bit of a worm farm hoarder. Let's have a look at the worms. Vera, you come a bit closer. We'll open this one and we see lots of worm activity in here. Have a look at these beauties. So, as you can see, they eat a large variety of organic material. Here, we got a bit of newspaper in there, toilet paper rolls, any organic material basically, what they eat. They're not so keen on onions, peppers, garlic, citrus peels, and meat products. So yeah, furthermore they eat anything, and as you can see there are some other insects living in here, and they just help the worms out. So I'll just feed these guys a bit more. Today we've got some banana peels and watermelon peels. Chuck that in. We spread it out a bit more. The worms like it when it's nice and moist. So what I like to do is put an egg carton on there like this, like so, and put a bit of water in it. This is a slow release mechanism of water. So these guys are finished. Here, have a look as well how many are in the lid. And I'll just put that back on again. Here, we'll open up the other ones as well, see how they're going. As you can see here, this is a completely soaked egg carton. Here, these guys also got a lot of banana peels. Yeah, they're all in there. Have a look. So as you can see, there's a bit of fleece in there, or hair, alpaca hair. Because we have some alpacas too. I'm not buying that specially for the worms. So that, they're nice. I'm just kind of giving them a bit of more air now. So the next one I prepared earlier. Oh, this one goes back in again. And I can, whilst we're at it, just put in a bit of extra water in here. And the next one shows an example of the castings. So this tray was at the far bottom. As you can see here, the worms have done a great job and eaten all the organic material and just turned it into castings. Not sure what this was, but we'll take that out later on. So this tray is ready for harvesting the castings. So what I would do now is I would, like I do now, give it a good steer. So the worms don't like all this light and they don't like all this activity. So the purpose of this is that they go down to the tray below, and that when I take these castings off, I don't lose that many worms. So I will leave that open for a bit now. The next thing I would like to show is the worm juice. So Peter, if you just come around a bit. So worm juice is very easy. So obviously you see the 1, 2, 3 trays on this system. And what I'll just do is I'll put a bit more water through. And I'll open the tap at the bottom. I like to keep my taps closed because that just means that I keep the moisture in the worm farm. So yeah, 1, 2. That one doesn't have anything in it. Just making sure it's not overrunning. Here, this one gets a bit more too. And obviously that is the same for all 4 worm farms. And obviously sometimes these taps get a bit clogged up with whatever organic material is in there. Yeah, there she goes. So obviously you don't necessarily need to have these systems as worm farms. There's multiple systems you can use, like bathtubs. I've seen systems with styrofoam boxes, but they all have the same principle. You need to make sure that the worms are not drowning. So Vera, if you just come here, then we'll show here. So this bottom of the tray has got small holes in it. That makes sure that the water drains to the trays below. So the worms like the moist. If they get too dry, then sometimes the ants move in. So that is one of the signals that they're too dry. Another thing that can go wrong is if the worm farms get smelly. So these ones, they are odorless currently. If they get smelly, that usually means that there's too much food in the trays and not enough worms. Right, I think that's about it. It's very simple. Just feed your worms. I feed them probably about once a week, a little bit, and yeah, they just do the work. If you start a worm farm, I would say get about 1,000 worms, and they multiply really quick, and within no time you get a thriving worm farm. One thing that's in the summertime, they eat and multiply faster than they do in wintertime. So we're going into the kind of more quiet season now, and they won't eat that much. So yeah, I won't feed them that much either then. All right, that's it. Thanks Vera for filming, and we'll see you later.